My name is Lakshmi Ajay and I'm an associate editor with Stat Media. Today I'm in conversation with John Lloyd. He's the director of cargo of Europe, Middle East and India for Air Canada Cargo. Thank you for joining us for this conversation, John. I wanted to start off by asking that Air Canada Cargo began flying 767 freighters in Frankfurt because I believe there's a demand for cargo on these. And I believe you're wrapping up the handling at this particular cargo hub. So what's the update on that? And what's the winter scheduling looking like?
Okay, so yes, we've started a schedule of freighters into Frankfurt. Obviously, we have our own self-handled facility there with our own team, which is great. With the plans we have, we felt we needed some more space, and we were lucky that we acquired a new facility just across the road, which has basically allowed us to expand our warehousing. So what's going to happen over this year, at the moment we have 3 flights a week going in there. That's going to increase to 4, and then that will go through through to the winter. So the new facility just allows us a bit of space and a bit more capabilities there.
So this is interesting that you have your own handling facilities in Cologne.
Yeah.
So I was wondering whether you're going to expand on this particular working at.
Right now, no plans. We have we're self-handled in what has traditionally been our key hubs. So in this region, it is in London and Frankfurt. Our other key hubs right across our network, so particularly within Canada and also Chicago. Right now, there's no more plans, but never say never. It's just one of these things. We feel the routes that we're planning on flying to, the options with our current ground handling partners are sufficient. So right now, we're quite happy.
Right. Frankfurt, Madrid, Cologne, Istanbul, and more recently Liège have been added to European schedule. Is Cologne still on the freighter route? Do you plan to expand this network further this year? Are you adding any routes? If you could tell us about.
Okay, so we're currently in Madrid and Frankfurt. We were in Istanbul. We're going to hopefully go back there very soon. Liège starts in a couple of weeks. Cologne is off the table really, but obviously the option of Liège we feel is better because there's much better connectivity, particularly down into this region.
So a lot happening this year.
There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening this year. We have a lot of aircraft arriving. It's very exciting. Obviously, it's a lot to cope with. But we're all really positive about it, and we feel we're going to be able to offer a really strong product offering on those trade lanes. Yeah.
Now, Air Canada Cargo and Emirates SkyCargo had signed an MOU to expand their cargo interline options, right? And block space agreements offer a larger combined global network to your customers. So what have been some of the outcomes that this partnership has been doing when it comes to optimizing your freighter and paying capacity?
It's early days from the announcement the other day. Emirates have always been a strong strategic interline partner with us anyway, so the relationship was in place. But what this does, it deepens that relationship, gives us access to capacity onto their network, particularly into Africa and into the Indian subcontinent, and in return gives them access onto our network flowing back into Canada and the US. So it's early days, but we're very excited about it. Obviously, we have other interline partners as well. It's not kind of exclusive, but this is a slightly kind of enhanced interline, a much deeper relationship.
So a lot of air carriers are looking at African continent with interest. They're looking at interline payments and such. So how is Air Canada Cargo viewing Africa?
So right now, part of this, the key thing to this is this operation into Liège. So one of the reasons we're here this week is we're talking to various partners about traffic flows down into Africa. Right now, as things stand, there's no firm plans to operate our own aircraft in here, but at the moment, we're going to favour partnering up with several or one carrier to flow traffic, in particular into Liège, but obviously potentially Frankfurt as well. So at the moment, that's where we're sitting, and obviously we see some big opportunities there.
Any names in the reckoning?
Not at the moment, no. We're talking to various people, yeah.
Right. Yeah. What can you tell us about, you become a member of the Pharma.Aero, which has over 50 life sciences and medical technology manufacturers and cargo and logistic players as members. It's a great community to be a part of. What do you expect to learn from this partnership, especially the cold chain and pharma shipments handling know-how? And what kind of collaborations can we expect out of this partnership?
Okay, so obviously with the freighter network expansion, you may know, we've been doing a lot of investment in our cold chain capabilities, particularly in our hubs. So in Toronto, for example, we've opened a 30,000 square foot cold chain facility. So with the investment in that, we kind of see the membership of this organisation as a key step to collaborating better with the various partners and understanding the challenges. And obviously, the more contact you have, and we can share ideas, we can improve and develop solutions. So it's a key step for us. I think we're going to learn a lot from it, a lot of new contacts, and so hopefully, the other members can learn how we, from our point of view as well. So,
in terms of the regions that you manage, how big is pharma as a vertical?
Probably for all carriers, it's really significant in terms of, obviously, maybe not in terms of the percentage of the volume, but obviously that it's good traffic. The value of the traffic is good. it obviously needs a lot of investment and expertise, which we, like I said, we're investing in and have done. We're confident in our capabilities and we continue to invest. It's a big core stream of traffic for us now.
Right. Well, the airline has seen a year-on-year decline in its specific market volume. And there was talk of renormalization, and mainly in the US trans-border, domestic and Atlantic markets. And in contrast, an increased capacity and higher traffic in the Atlantic, Central and South American markets. So air cargo is going through a rough patch. There's no consumer demand, there's inflationary pressures from Europe, and there's geopolitical challenges right now with Ukraine and Russia war happening. What would you say is the outlook for this year going forward after an extraordinary 2 years that the cargo industry is?
I don't think there's any doubt it's a more challenging, or in a different way, more challenging year that's coming up. Yes, it's probably almost like a bit of a reset after the COVID pandemic and everything. So yes, we're seeing demand slightly lower, and it's obviously affecting the yields. But from what we're seeing, we're kind of probably only last for the first half of the year. Maybe as we get into, particularly into Q4, and then leading into 2024, we're seeing obviously the forecast from the IMF and people like that is actually GDP is going to grow next year. So yeah, it's going to be, like I say, an interesting year. We're confident that actually as we come out of it towards the end, it's going to recover.
Right. Is there any interline agreement with the Astral Aviation, which is in the works?
We have interline agreements with various people, obviously, and Astral, there is an interline agreement in place. I think what's happening is, like I said, as with others, there's basic agreements in place. This new operation particularly into Liège, but other places with the freighter operation into this region will allow us to develop those relationships. And I think there's a lot more that we can do. So yes, they are going to be one of the partners that we're talking to here. That will move forward.
You've had a long career in aviation, 3 things, over 2 decades. And the human resource part is also one of the very big factors in the air cargo industry. So what would you talk about going forward with all these challenges that the industry is facing? How can we retain human resources in this industry?
I think it's the industry, I think, is doing really well. I mean, we're particularly our company, we're attracting a lot of, with the expansion we've got, we're attracting a lot of new talent into our business, which is strengthening us. For me, I just feel, events like this where people actually get face-to-face more. Obviously, it's been really tough over the last 2 or 3 years where people either haven't been getting out at all, or it's been limited, or you've been doing it over Zoom or Teams. I think just getting face-to-face with people is crucial. Yeah, the industry's, it will always develop, but I think just that relationship and face-to-face contact is vital.
Are you putting your feet on the ground when it comes to India and Middle East, where you have a presence?
I can't say there's any firm plans right now, but yes, absolutely. As we develop these regions, we're going to have to, obviously, our own structure will develop. So yeah, I can see.
Any plans for the Indian subcontinent? What I asked.
In terms of staff, we have a very good partner down there at the moment, and we're working well with them in terms of how we expand. So there's nothing firm in terms of actually putting Air Canada staff there. We have various people within my region, obviously from me downwards, that actually are overseeing and in contact and travelling there frequently. So at the moment, we don't see the need to put someone there. Obviously, depending on what happens with our route network and our expansion, that could change.
Thanks for this conversation.
So, thank you very much.